actor Derek Dixon from the Oval alleging that Tyler Perry tried to tamper with his Oval, huh?
So Tyler Perry is being sued for $260 million for sexual harassment, and this has gotten people talking. Let's talk about it. Hey beautiful people, how you all doing today? It's your girl Destiny here, and welcome to my channel. How have you all been? Hope you guys are doing great. So the news and everybody on the internet is talking about this Tyler Perry lawsuit from Derek Dixon, if I'm not mistaken. If you don't know what we're talking about, so Derek Dixon is an actor, a white actor that has worked with Tyler Perry in a couple of movies, and now he's suing Tyler Perry for workplace sexual harassment, talking about how Tyler Perry has sexually harassed him while at work, and he has come out with text messages between him and Tyler Perry, allegedly. Mind you, everything in this video is allegedly. This case is in the court, so let's just keep it out allegedly there, okay? So he said that Tyler Perry has made advances at him, that there was a time he went to Tyler Perry's house after drinking. He slept off and woke up in a very weird position. Tyler Perry was there. And a whole lot of text messages that has shown, that has made a lot of people to squint and like, what's going on here? Which we're going to get into the text message. Yeah, shout out to nosy bystander. Hey girl, how you doing? She kind of broke down some of the text messages that was released in this lawsuit. I tell you, this text message will make you like look at Tyler Perry some type of way. So anyway, guys, let's check out this video, and you let me know what you think. If you think Tyler Perry did this allegedly, or you think like this is just a shakedown for money, because that's exactly what his lawyer came out to say, that this is just a shakedown for money and that none of this is true. But we always get that. Even Diddy did the same thing, shakedown for money and all that. They always come up with that. But yeah, with time we're going to see where this is going to pan out. But yeah, let's go check out the video. Let me know what you think, and then people's response to it, and then we'll come back and talk more.
And now it all makes sense why Tyler Perry pumps these movies out so fast, because you needed to cover a very expensive lawsuit. Now, People magazine is reporting that Tyler Perry is being sued for $260 million. Now, before we get into all of these text messages, let's talk about the facts of the case. Now, according to People magazine, he's being sued by somebody by the name of Derek Dixon, and this person is alleging that Tyler Perry had actually and retaliation, among other complaints. Now, Dixon claimed that he had met Tyler Perry as far back as September of 2019, before he became the star of his show called Ruthless and another show called The Oval. Now, after the lawsuit had made public, Tyler Perry's attorney clapped back and said that this was a scam and that they were confident that these were fabricated claims of harassment. Yeah, that's what they all say until the text messages come out. Now, let's start from the top, because we have a slew of text messages we got to get through, and I want to see if I can get them all in one video. Now, according to Dixon, this is a text thread conversation between him and Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry sends him a picture of him, looks like on a ski boat, and he says, "Nice picture. Yeah, the water does look calm." Perry replied back and says, "Nice picture, question mark?" Dixon replies and says, "Great, amazing, awesome picture." I guess that's being sarcastic. Tyler Perry replies back and said, "You don't see that stud in the nice picture?" And then Dixon replies back and says, "Yes, that's a stud." Now, in this next set of threads, Dixon had sent him a message and says, "I can call you later or tomorrow sometime." Tyler Perry replied back and says, "You have a really fresh voice and take on things." He said, "I don't know where this is going, but I laughed the entire time. I can see the world and the characters. My exclusivity ends in 30 days. What does that mean? Exactly. Now, Tyler Perry goes on to say, "I want to take Losing It Out on Amazon or Netflix after that and gauge their interest. But I also want to try and get you to the right people and help you make these shows work." I guess the show that Dixon was on was called Losing It Out, and I guess Tyler Perry was attempting to pitch it to Netflix and Amazon. He goes on to say that these are not for my audience, but we need to find a home for this stuff. He says, "I don't want to miss another," and then it's blanked out, but I'm assuming he says opportunity. He then says, "You know that Eugene bought that to me first, but I didn't get it." Now, Dixon replies back and says, "Wow, I was worried that you didn't even like it, but because it's a weird concept, and thank you." Now, I'm assuming in this thread, Dixon is attempting to show that Tyler Perry was using his name and prominence and relevance to get closer to him. Now, here's where Tyler Perry starts to get pretty explicit. Now, at the top of the thread, Dixon says, "Right, and we just had a heaping dose of it, and now it's back to nothing. It's really weird." Tyler Perry replies and says, "I didn't have any contact. What are you talking about? I haven't been touched in months." Dixon replies and says, "Oh, you mean touching? I thought you meant being around people." And then he replies and says, "Jacob," whatever that means. And Dixon replies and says, "I love that you only say that when I'm being stupid. I guess the Jacob dumbass version of me. Now, Tyler Perry replies below and says, not dumbass, but blonde, like you're having a blonde moment. I guess Tyler Perry was trying to get him to talk more actual because that's why he was just so confused about the touching part. And this is where the conversation just takes a weird, ominous twist. Now, Tyler Perry sent him a message that says, what's it going to take for you to have guiltless? Have y'all found that yet in therapy? He goes on to say, yes, it's the exact same kind of car, a geometric. Derek Dixon replies back and says, giving up my religious guilt, becoming a Buddhist, question mark? That's so cool, where you came from. And then Tyler Perry replies back and says, unfortunately, I have friends who are in their 50s and 60s who are still dealing with that. It's so sad. He continues and says, you can have freedom from religious guilt and still believe in Christ. It's more of this, so trigger warning. Now, Tyler Perry starts off this thread and says, I would hope you let someone hold you and make love to you. You are missing the best years of your life, my friend. Trust me. I hope you get past this block in your mind soon. Derek replies back and says, well, it's not this person, but yes, I want that too. I'm working on it. Therapy is helping. Based off of this entire conversation, it sounds like Derek is in some sort of therapy where he's like having these sort of like internal struggles, and Tyler Perry keeps trying to coach him into having like guiltless sex and then letting someone touch him. It's kind of strange. Now, in this portion of the thread, Tyler Perry is trying to convince Derek Dixon, of not telling the rest of the cast that they have an ongoing friendship, if you know what I mean. Tyler Perry says, listen to me. If you let the cast know that you and I have a new friendship, then you're opening yourself up to a lot of questions and foolishness. What you want them to know that you are there because of your talent and not because of our friendship or because Tony got you to give me the job. He goes on to say that you earned your spot like everyone else. Don't give people the opportunity to play you small or they will. Then he goes on to say, because when I go back to work, I'm not going to know you. I don't have any friends at work. Just professionalism is key. Derek replies back and says, yeah, you're totally right. Tyler Perry says, I hope you got it, my friend. He said, yeah, it makes total sense. And then Tyler Perry says, just watch the behavior of everyone around you and me on set. He said, I will. He said, don't want to give anyone an opportunity because work is work. Now, Tyler Perry continues and says, why did that photo make me jealous? You two together. Derek says, haha, I don't know. He says, just Brad, LOL. Tyler Perry replies back and says, LOL. And then Dixon goes on to say, he just wanted to go for a quick walk to get his steps in. And now I'm walking to Chipotle by myself. And then Tyler Perry says, thick Derek. He said, get that Chipotle. Gross. Which makes me think that Tyler Perry was probably monitoring his social media because, like, why are you looking at photos of him and then texting him like, oh, why did that photo make me jealous? Nonetheless, he replies back and says, haha, you could tell from that photo. Basically, you could tell from that photo that I'm thick. Tyler says, no, I can't. Only from your jeans. Oh. Now, in this thread, two conversations are happening. First, they're talking about subscriptions and AdSense, and then Tyler Perry talks about getting horny. He starts off by saying, I love how I feel right now, but I don't like being horny. Testosterone. Derek says, oh, yeah, from the doctor, but it's making you feel better. And then testosterone. Oh, and then Tyler Perry says, yeah, I feel so good, but I don't like being horny. I feel sorry for the person that flirts with me. And then Derek replied back, LOL. Now, based off the text messages that we were able to read and capture, it sounded like Tyler was trying to groom him into flirting with him. Like, the guy sounded confused. He was in therapy. He was an actor. He was up and coming. He didn't know much about the industry. And it felt like Tyler Perry was trying to, like, put him under his wing, but for all the wrong reasons. Apparently, allegedly. But if there's any more updates about this story, I'm going to keep you guys posted. This is a lawsuit I think I want to follow.
Matthew Boyd, Tyler Perry's attorney, has come out and said that this is a shakedown and that Tyler never did anything to Derek. They were just building a friendship. I read them text messages and I beg to differ. Now, I haven't got my hands on the lawsuit yet because I ain't been able to find the full lawsuit yet. But baby, let me tell you something. Matthew Boyd is not about to get on this here internet, okay? You're not about to get on Beyonce and Keith Lee's internet and gaslight us and say that this is a shakedown. Those text messages are very clear, okay? Tyler was very forthcoming. He was very clear about what he liked, what he want, and how he would love to do such and such to Derek. So that don't seem like no shakedown. Do I feel like $260 million is a lot? Yeah. But you don't know the emotional turmoil that you put people through when you're their boss and you're forcing them into activities that they don't want to be a part of. Okay? Come on, Matthew. Don't piss me off. Allegedly. This is all allegedly.
After Derek Dixon from the Oval alleging that Tyler Perry tried to tamper with his oval, huh? Wait a minute. Derek Dixon from the Oval said allegedly Tyler tried to tamper with his oval. Pause. What's going on? He said, move over, Cassie. 30 million. We going for 260. Well, apparently they got the text messages and all. Listen, I'm not posting on here. It's on every blog site right now. By the time you see this, it's going to be everywhere. But apparently he's showing receipts. Tyler basically saying that he want him. He was calling Derek Dixon. He said, you a rose that need to be opened up. So somebody could smell you. Wait a minute. Tyler, pause. Listen, we don't know. They saying it's alleged, but apparently this is out all over now. This is like breaking news. I don't know what's going on. All I know is black men, go get y'all some wives and deal with their bullshit. Because it's way better than what's going on out here. Now, Tyler Perry has yet to respond. Once again, this is all alleged. We don't know if the truth to it or not. But I want to know, them screenshots, is that really Uncle Tyler? Apparently, you own this something, Derek, this, because $260 million, that's a lot of money. Mm-hmm. That's enough to change your life. Probably so, because probably ain't nobody going to fool with you after this whole scenario. I'm just here to bring y'all the news. I'm just a messenger.
Tyler Perry getting hit with a $260 million lawsuit from a white man for workplace is crazy work. And yes, you heard me correctly. Now, the streets is saying that one of the actors from Tyler Perry's show on BET Plus called The Oval is alleging that Tyler Perry was more than suggestive towards him. The actor is even alleging that one time Tyler Perry grabbed him by the and said, "Look how excited you got." If this is true, it's real freaked out. The whole thing is way too freaked out. Now, people have been speculating that Tyler Perry was into men since Tyler Perry came out. And me personally, I don't care who nobody sleeps with when they in the comfort of their home or outside, for real. And the actor is saying that this didn't happen once, this didn't happen twice, but on several occasions. And the actor plays the role of Dale in The Oval, which is a homeless gay white man who is going from place to place and looking for somewhere to stay. And he's alleging that Tyler Perry told him that that's what he was looking for. He wanted someone who could be dependent on him. Now, in the lawsuit, he also released a bunch of text messages between him and Tyler Perry, but in reading them, I don't really think it says much outside of the fact that it seemed like they might have been flirting with each other. Now, let me be very clear. I am not saying that I do not believe the victim. I'm just telling you what I saw in the text messages that were released by the victim. All that to say, I can't believe they caught Uncle Tyler Perry out here slipping. Whether it was consensual or not, it's crazy work.
First of all, leave Jesus Christ out of that whole nonsense that you got going on. Leave him out of it. Point blank, period. Secondly, in those text messages that I read, all I saw was two men. All I saw was two men flirting. Now, apparently, Buddy says he has more text messages where he alleges that Tyler Perry said that he wants to do him, right? You know, release that, show that. Other than that, I'm not seeing anything else besides two men flirting with each other. That's it. However, where's Christian Keys? We ain't heard nothing from Christian Keys. Was he paid off? He ain't got nothing to say no more. Where is he at? Did somebody check? He just posted. I just checked his Instagram. He just posted something about Happy Father's Day. Like, bro, what about this? What about that? Where's Christian Keys, bro? He been very quiet. Miss me with this nonsense. And honestly, a lot of y'all dudes talking about this just another attempt to take the black man down. Listen, I'm not going that route. I don't believe that. I'm not putting it past Tyler Perry to do something like this, because a lot of them dudes in Hollywood are with the get down. They down with anything. A lot of them dudes, black, whatever race they are, they will use their money, fame, and power to try to get something. So I don't know what y'all. Like I said, this is All I saw was two men flirting.
The downfall of powerful black men is going to be that they are too turned out for their own good. Tyler Perry was accused of harassment and because this white boy who he hired for a show alleges. I read those text messages. My God, I'm gonna say allegedly because I don't have a dog in this fight. But like, I read those text messages. Those text messages are definitely, if they came from Tyler, easily, if that came from Tyler. Like, I don't know. They haven't been authenticated, but wow. And my thing is like, why do y'all always go after white people? Like with Shannon Sharp, it was the little teenage white girl. With Tyler, allegedly, it's this white man actor. What are we doing? What? And sex is just so abundantly available. You never have to coerce anybody into having it with you. Especially if you have a position of power, it is your duty not to use your power to coerce people into sleeping with you. That's like actually like 101. Like what are we doing, y'all? The guy said that Tyler him in his guest house and pulled down his boxers, his and said relax or something along the lines of like let it happen. That's wild, allegedly. I mean, I don't know, Lord Jesus. I will say a couple years ago there was a rumor swirling around from, or not even a rumor, one of the actors who frequently has worked in Black Hollywood. He came out and said that there was a producer who was harassing him and he didn't want to say who it was. And it was only one of two people, and Tyler Perry was one of those people. And I'm not saying that is Tyler. I'm just saying it's all alleged. But like, I'm just saying, black men in positions of power, like, what are we doing? Let's tighten up. Diddy, Shannon Sharp, now this, like yeah. And I'm not saying it's only black men because I know how y'all like to do. I'm just saying like, I care about the black men who are in positions of power. Like, stop being for your own good. Like, what's going on?
Guys, let me know what you think about this lawsuit. If you believe that Tyler Perry did it allegedly, or if you think that it's impossible. Do you think that the text message was just two grown men flirting, or you think that the text message proved that this man was sexually harassed by Tyler Perry allegedly? Anyway, guys, go down in the comment section, share your thought. Love to know what you think about this conversation down in the comment section. But as always, please keep it respectful here on this channel. We're allowed to disagree, but we'll do it in a very respectful way. So go ahead, feel free, share your thought. So for me personally, like those text messages was like, what? What? If everything here is allegedly, okay? If that's really Tyler Perry and this man, not saying I don't believe the victim and all that, okay? So that's not what I'm saying, but I'm just saying if it's true, what I see there is that an employer and employee should not be talking this way. If they were just friends and they were one does not have power over the other one, the one did not employ the other one, and they were just friends, I was like, okay, maybe those are just two friends kiki kakaing and doing their thing. But in this case, it was an employer and an employee. And for me, sometimes that dynamic sometimes can be very, very uncomfortable when your employer is the one making the passes and doing all that. All you can do is to and just laugh it through, play it cool so that you don't lose your daily bread. So yeah, like that's really not nice. Like it doesn't look good for Tyler Perry. It doesn't look like in no position for anybody to be giving you too much info when it comes to their sexual. Like, why are we even having conversation about what you desire sexually, or like why are we having that conversation when we're not cool like that? When even allegedly Tyler Perry said, when we get to work, keep it that way. So you're even going to hide our friendship so that people don't know we're friends, but you can talk. It doesn't make sense. And for me is, we all know that we've been hearing this thing about Tyler Perry all these years, But actually saying like a lawsuit or printed that and all that, I don't put it past it. I'm not saying this is something that Tyler Perry can never do like that. No, it could be true because this is all allegedly. But the truth is that I don't even understand why you have to coerce somebody. What? Anyway, I just feel like sometimes people in power love that power where they feel like they have one over the person that they are dealing with, because that's exactly what Diddy liked about Cassie and his other breakup, is that he feels like he has the power. He's like the boss, so he can do whatever he wants to do. So that's just kind of like it doesn't sit well with me. But also another thing, I know these are two men, which for me I'm like, okay, yeah, but what was he wearing when Tyler Perry was making these passes at him? Not laughing at him, but I'm just saying that if this was to be a woman, there would be a lot of pushbacks and all that. But it coming from a man, doing it to a man, I'm not seeing as much pushback as it would have been if it were to be a woman. I'm just saying, I just have to put that one there. I'm not getting that pushback back. You guys know what I'm saying. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this lawsuit, this story down in the comment section. But as always, keep it respectful. Share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversations. So go and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push out my content for more people to see. And that'll be supporting this channel and this girl here. So go on and do that. Subscribe if you haven't. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces.